All right, so let's see the changes for CFA Level 2 2023. Not very happy with the changes. Some changes I'm happy, but the deletion portion I'm not very happy with. You guys would be enjoying that. There's a significant amount of deletion that has happened from the curriculum. Couple of chapters make sense when you're looking at capital structure as well as linear regression, because that has been now introduced in CFA Level 1. So therefore deleting those chapters, obviously, anyways, that is how it works. You know, the institute adds a couple of chapters in CFA Level 1 and in a term or two, it deletes it from Level 2 so that all the students have studied the two chapters, whether they are in Level 1 right now or Level 2, right? So basically when you're looking at the curriculum changes, there's a lot of changes when you're looking at the corporate finance part, but other than that, there's not so much of changes. So let's go through the changes a bit in detail, but when you're looking at it on an average, 94% of the syllabus is the same. There is a little bit of addition and changes, very small amount of changes, and a major portion, there is a deletion amount that has happened in the curriculum. Approximately, when you're looking at the total 44 chapters with 400 LOSs, so 15% is the changes what we are noticing. So what are the changes over here? Let's start with corporate finance itself. So when looking at corporate finance, cost of capital, there is a new chapter added. It is beyond the cost of capital that you've already studied in Level 1. So it's going to be taking it to an advanced level. We'll see the details over here. It's beyond Level 1 cost of capital and not the same as Level 1. Second, we've got corporate restructuring. So mergers acquisition chapter has been deleted and that has been substituted with corporate restructuring. So there could be bits of elements of M&A chapter which you've done previously, but otherwise it's an absolutely new chapter with the corporate restructuring part. Again, when you're looking at the number of companies that we've seen in India, it actually makes sense to have corporate restructuring as a part of the curriculum. But I would have personally wanted M&A to stay and M&A to be there in your curriculum. So that is the next change that we are seeing. Capital structure deleted, capital budgeting is also deleted. So I hope that the capital budgeting of Level 1 gets enhanced quite a bit. But capital structure, capital budgeting, both the chapters have been deleted from the corporate finance subject. So there are 3 deletions from corporate finance and 1 addition, corporate restructuring, or you can say the change of M&A chapter into corporate restructuring, but that I would call it a totally new chapter as such. Then the next one I'm looking at quants, there is significant amount of changes when you're looking at the multiple regression chapter, and introduction to linear regression has been deleted from quants because it has been introduced in CFA Level 1 curriculum. So given that linear regression has been studied in Level 1, it was quite obvious and expected that they're going to be deleting this chapter from Level 2 curriculum. When I'm looking at the other changes, let me discuss. Okay, so currency exchange rate, barely any changes are there, just 1 LOS deleted, so we'll call it absolutely negligible kind of a change. Same with when you're looking at your next subject. All right, let's look at equity then. So when you're looking at equity subject, residual income valuation, the syllabus is almost the same. It's just 1 LOS deleted. The major changes, there is a chapter return concept which is deleted, which was again kind of a extension of, you know, the different formulas with respect to RF plus RM minus RF beta. So multiple such formulas in terms of calculating the return on equity, market return on equity, how do you calculate proxies for market return, etc. So that was there in this return concept, which is now deleted. And the next chapter was industry and company analysis, which is almost changed and converted to financial statement modeling. So this chapter is almost deleted, I would say, and there's a new chapter, financial statement modeling, that we are studying over here. The industry company analysis has been changed into financial statement modeling part. Of course, we'll not be having Excel sheets and modeling and all of that. It will be again analyzing the industry and modeling that into your equity valuation part, but we'll study in detail. The rest of the syllabus, I know you've done the syllabus detail. As an equity, will have dividend discount model will be 1 chapter, free cash flow is 1 chapter, relative valuation is 1 chapter, private company valuation is 1 chapter, residual income method is 1 chapter. So all the valuation methodology is 1 chapter. Earlier we had 2 chapters. One was return concept, more on the grounds of understanding the return of market and all, which is removed, and industry company analysis has been removed into financial statement modeling. It's going to be a fairly easy chapter, not much of a problem. So there's nothing difficult or something that we are seeing. In fact, the corporate restructuring chapter is also going to be much smaller as compared to the existing mergers acquisition chapter that was there. The next change which we are seeing, which I'm not happy, is real estate investment. A good amount of deletion has happened over here. 10 LOSs have been deleted from real estate. The chapter has been oversimplified. very conceptual, less numerical now. So this has been a major deduction in terms of the curriculum. So not very happy about it. The next is economics and investment management from the portfolio subject, wherein one LOS has been deleted. So not much of a major change or something as such that we see. So this is broadly the deletions, the new chapter, and over here this new chapter, wherein I would personally recommend that I would personally call it an absolutely new chapter when you're looking at financial statement modeling. And even real estate, I would say that almost 50% of the chapter has been deleted. Actually what happened was 2021 there were 3 chapters on real estate. 2022 they made it into 1, so they anyways did a lot of reduction and consolidated into a huge chapter. Now that huge chapter has been made into a very small chapter. Not very fond of this deletion part of M&A and real estate both. So this is basically the changes. Multiple regression, 6 additions, 8 deletions. There's more of changes, a lot of changes in this chapter. Barely any change. 1 LOS deleted in currency. Industry and company analysis, as I told you, it's as good as a new chapter, because 1 new LOS, 2 deleted, 2 added, changed, etc. These 2 are new chapters. This was M&A, but the chapter is as good as new. So I would not call it a replacement or a change. I would rather call it a new chapter. And residual income also, barely 1 LOS deleted, so not much of a change. Real estate, again I've told you, it's almost, the chapter has been reduced to less than 60%. And economics, only 1 LOS deleted in this portfolio chapter, so not much of a change over here as well. So we can go through the details of changes, but as I told you, in multiple regression, again, the kind of LOSs that are added, so LOS wise detail is provided over here. The kind of changes that are added over here, the changes that are created over here. So if you notice, it will be more of, the analysis part, the understanding of the application of regression. So what investment problems are being applied and are being addressed by multiple regression. So it's more on those grounds and less on the numerical part. And there are certain changes in some LOSs over here. So we'll see those as we start studying these chapters. Then when I'm looking at the next change is going to be with respect to financial statement modeling. So again, it is, how do you forecast COGS and operating cost and taxes and all of that, and how is it going to be impacting your analyst in terms of the modeling part. So it's more on the application side we are going to be seeing this particular chapter. So yes, there is a good chunk which is same as before, industry and company analysis, Porter's 5 forces and etc. Because you have to include these things when you're doing the financial statement modeling. So it's going to be again more practical side, but again it's very similar to the industry analysis chapter earlier. This is very interesting. Top down, bottom up analysis, how will it impact KC? What are the methods to impact KC and evaluate KC and equity risk premium? We more or less would be having an idea about it. How is the cost of debt equity for a public private company going to be different? So it's more of the analysis of KC that we're going to be moving forward with. Corporate restructuring, as I told you, mergers acquisition was a much longer chapter, and that has been almost I would call it a deletion altogether, and a new chapter in terms of the restructuring that has been happening is going to be over here, and the valuation bit for restructuring, impact on EPS, EBITDA, etc. ratios in case a company goes for restructuring, and the impact on cost and balance sheet and all of that. So restructuring is going to be an absolutely new chapter and a very good chapter that has been added over here. Then we have, so these LOSs are same, which are not highlighted. Then we've got the deletion part. In linear regression, moved to C1, CFA level 1 syllabus, so therefore it is deleted. Capital structure is again CFA level 1, therefore it is deleted. Mergers acquisition again replaced by restructuring. I would still not want to call it replacement, but deleted. Capital budgeting, I would hope that there is level 1 curriculum gets enhanced, but I'm not sure, but this has been deleted. And return concept, again not great. I mean, this okay, I'm comfortable with this chapter getting deleted. It was only extending it a little bit. Industry company, it's there in the financial modeling, so it's financial modeling now, and barely 1 LOS deleted from residual. Real estate, not happy that the chapter has been deleted, and most of the valuation part has been deleted over here, and one small LOS in this chapter in portfolio which is deleted. This is also okay. So real estate and M&A, the deletion is what I'm not happy with. Other than that, I'm pretty okay with everything, and we've got restructuring and everything, KC added and enhanced, restructuring added and enhanced, so that is great. So this is basically the changes with respect to the CFA level 2 curriculum for you. So congratulations, lot of deletion for you, but Then again, but it's okay. It's interesting. So let's see. I'm just capital budgeting also. I'm not annoyed with, because you've studied it. So it was more of an extension. So it's more complicated questions and all that is being done. And but the only problem is with respect to the real estate in this part. But anyways, so read, learn any which ways, even if it's not a part of your curriculum, read it in some other way if it is relevant to your profile and if you're interested in that. And I'll try to share resources on M&A and this thing once we start with the lectures. But this is more or less the changes with respect to your curriculum. So nothing too major, more of deletion which is major, but otherwise changes and new part, there's nothing major as such. The deletion is the major part which does not impact the students negatively. So alright, so that's about it.